You ever get promoted and still had to check your bank app before buying lunch? That is when you realize your company did not raise your life, it just upgraded your stress. They call you into a room like you are about to inherit land. Your manager starts smiling too early. HR is talking like a LinkedIn caption with teeth. We just want to recognize your growth. Recognize my growth? I'm trying to recognize why my checking account still looks nervous on Fridays. Then they hit you with the title. Title, new responsibilities, new expectations, new meetings, new people depending on you, same paycheck, same rent, same little chest pain when the card reader takes too long at the gas station. That is not a promotion. That's an unpaid costume change. A lot of people are not climbing the ladder. They're being moved one rung over and told the view is different. And the disrespectful part is how good they are at packaging it. Because for about 48 hours, you feel important. You update LinkedIn, your aunt comments, proud of you. Your old classmates see senior in your title and assume you finally escaped. You walk around the office like your life just entered a better tax bracket. Then Saturday shows up. You're still at the same grocery store making financial eye contact with chicken thighs, still calculating whether you're allowed to want guac, still staring at apartment listings like the universe is trolling you personally. That's when the little fantasy dies. Because deep down, nobody wants a better email signature. They want relief. They want money that changes the week, money that makes errands feel less disrespectful, money that makes one random emergency less capable of ruining the month, money that lets you stop doing that fake calm voice after you hear, it'll be another $400. But your company figured out something ugly. Prestige is cheaper than payroll. That's the whole business model. They found out a lot of employees will accept financial disrespect if it arrives wearing praise. So instead of paying you more, they started describing you better. You're not underpaid, you're high potential. You're not overworked, you're trusted. You're not doing two jobs, you're showing leadership. You're not exhausted, you are rising. Corporate America looked at applause and realized it has no overhead. And it works because people do not just work for money, they work for proof. Proof that the struggle meant something. Proof that the late nights were not wasted. Proof that they are not standing still while everyone online pretends to be winning. So when the company hands you a shinier title, your emotions say progress, even when your direct deposit says absolutely not. That's how people end up successful on paper and broke in real life. They have more authority in the org chart and less peace in the apartment. More visibility at work and the same old panic in the parking lot. More responsibility in meetings and the same calculator face in aisle 7.
Your title got promoted. Your lifestyle stayed an intern. And this is where the humiliation kicks in, because now everybody expects gratitude. Family says, that's big. Coworkers say, you moving up. Friends say, see, hard work pays off. Meanwhile, you are at home whispering to your bank app like it's in hospice. You feel guilty for not being happier. That is how the scam protects itself. It makes disappointment feel ungrateful. So now you're broke and morally manipulated. Beautiful. And the company loves that version of you. The employee who is flattered is easier to exploit than the employee who is angry, because angry people ask numbers. Flattered people ask for more responsibility. That is the trap. Recognition and compensation are not the same thing. One is emotional, one is material. One is a speech, one is a number. One makes your mother smile, the other makes your life easier. Guess which one the company is happier to give away. This is why half the office sounds like a perfume ad and lives like a hostage situation. Everybody has these ridiculous titles now. Lead, principal, senior, staff, strategic executive coordinator of something that somehow still pays mid. Some of these titles sound like the company spun a wheel and landed on delusion. And the most dangerous people in that building are not the lazy ones. It's the sincere ones. The ones who still believe being seen is the same thing as being paid. The ones who hear we trust you and think that's money. The ones who hear you're a key part of this team and do not immediately ask key to what amount. Those are the easiest people to work to death. Give them a bigger title, let them run an extra meeting, copy them on a few more emails, say, "I think you're ready." Now they're doing manager work with employee money and thanking you for the opportunity. That is spiritual overtime. Then the office starts doing the little humiliations. You become the go-to person. That phrase sounds nice until you realize go-to means everybody goes to you because the company is saving money on hiring the person they actually need. You train people. You clean up sloppy work. You own vague problems. You join meetings that existed before you and somehow become accountable for why they still suck. Suddenly, people are saying things like, "We need your leadership here." Funny how leadership always shows up right before the budget disappears. And then comes one of the coldest moments in modern work. You train a new hire. They tell you what they were offered. You do fake supportive math in your head, and you realize the company is paying rookie money so close to yours it feels like a prank. Now you're mentoring your own wage disrespect. That is a brutal experience. And this is when people start lying to themselves in inspirational fonts. It's not about money right now. I'm building my resume. Okay, your landlord is building penalties. This title will open doors. Yeah, maybe, but your car note opens every month too. I'm playing the long game. Cool, just make sure the long game is not 10 straight years of being flattered into financial stagnation. Because that is what a lot of careers are now. Not advancement, accessory upgrades. The company puts a nicer label on your labor so you will tolerate a worse ratio. That is why some people look rich in conversation and poor in private. They know all the right words, they own a laptop bag that means business, they can say synergy without laughing, they post grateful for the opportunity. Meanwhile, their refrigerator has condiments, almond milk, and fear. A lot of careers are just poverty with admin rights. And let me say something even ruder. Some promotions are not rewards. They're labor expansion without the awkwardness of calling it that. They're the company saying, "We cannot afford another salary, but we found somebody ambitious enough to stretch." That is why the praise is so important. Praise is the anesthesia. Without it, you would feel the extraction immediately. Without it, high impact would sound like what it really means, higher burden, same budget. That is why they say words like ownership. Ownership is one of the funniest words in corporate America, because every time they say they want you to take ownership, what they really mean is they want the emotional responsibilities of an owner without any of the financial rewards of one. That is not ownership, that is cosplay with deadlines. So what do you do when they offer you a shinier title and a diet version of money? You stop reacting to adjectives. You stop getting emotionally drunk off words like senior, lead, strategic, visible, trusted, rising, key stakeholder, next-level leadership material. Those are compliments. Bills do not accept compliments. From now on, every promotion gets one question. What did this change buy me? Did it buy me more savings, more leverage, more freedom, more refusal power, more peace when an emergency shows up? If the answer is no, then it was not a promotion. It was branding. And once you understand that, the office gets real funny. You start hearing recognition and translating it into not in the budget. You start hearing growth opportunity and translating it into congratulations, the job got fatter before the paycheck did. That is when your behavior changes, not in a motivational way, in a survival way. You stop letting new duties arrive without a pay conversation attached. You stop waiting 6 months to ask the obvious question. You stop valuing titles more than options. You stop treating praise like currency. You stop being so grateful for being selected to suffer more elegantly. Because the whole point of advancement is options. Can I save more? Can I leave faster? Can I negotiate harder? Can I breathe easier? Can I say no without my whole life folding up like a lawn chair? If the promotion did not improve your options, then all it improved was your biography. And your biography cannot pay for breaks. It cannot lower your rent. It cannot stop you from checking your account in the drive-thru like a casino addict. So the next time they invite you into a room to recognize your growth, do not let the smile hit too early. Do not fall in love with the title before you meet the number. Do not confuse being chosen with being compensated. And do not let applause trick you into financing somebody else's efficiency. Because a real promotion changes your life. A fake one just changes how your exhaustion is introduced. And if your bank account still has the same panic, the same fragility, the same little emergencies turning into full-blown character development, then you did not move up. You just got better packaging on the same struggle. That is the scam. They gave your stress a blazer, called it leadership, and hoped you wouldn't notice the check still looked regular. Do not clap for that. That is not career growth. That is corporate makeup on a financial bruise.